I call this regular meeting of the Fall River Park Board of Commissioners for December 1st, 2021 at 5:15 p.m. at One Government Center, Council Hearing Room, to order. Pursuant to the open meeting law, any person may make an audio or video recording of this public meeting or may transmit the meeting through any medium. Attendees are therefore advised that such recordings or transmissions are being made, whether perceived or unperceived, by those present and are deemed acknowledged and permissible. Roll call of commissioners.
Jeffrey Sylvia.
Helen Rigo.
Joseph De Silva. Commissioner Burns and Commissioner Farias and I here. Right, yeah. Accepting some minutes from the November 3rd, 2021 meeting.
Motion to accept.
Second.
Commissioner Rigo made the motion to accept. Commissioner Sylvia seconded it. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Citizen input. Was there any citizen input?
I don't believe so. No, sir.
Okay. Alrighty. New business, certificates of appreciation, park, cemetery, tree, and DCM workers for the October storm. At this time, I know we made some, about a month ago or something, I believe, commissioners, that we voted on to do some certificates. So our first certificates are going to be our workers that work for us. If we all know, in October, Mr. Pirano with the tree department and DCM, park guys, everything, they all work throughout the night. The next day I came by and seen Ronnie and these guys at the parks, and we had a big tree that fell down, took out the power at the playground at Kennedy. Also another one right at the top of Kennedy, I seen them working on that, but they were out all night long. They had over 90 trees down citywide, and they worked collaboratively, so I thought it would be something nice to honor them of going above and beyond the call of duty.
Good thought.
So first, go
Yeah.
ahead.
I just want to echo your thoughts. Working as a dispatcher, police department, I called Mr. Pirano and Chris several times during that morning to let them know where trees were down and blocking roads and you know, lines down and things like that. And their response was unbelievable, as you said, Mr. Chairman. We don't get storms often like that, but when we do, they rise to the occasion. I yield.
Commissioner, do you have anything to say? Commissioner, do you want to say anything?
Very good. No matter when you go by, if they're working, they work very hard. I think our park department works very hard. They do. I want to congratulate every one of them.
The cemetery looks amazing right now. So on behalf of the Fall River Park Board, we present the cemetery and tree department employees with sincere appreciation for your dedication to the department and to the citizens of the city of Fall River during the October 27th, 2021 storm, dated December 1st, given on this date, 2021, signed by the chairman, Joseph De Silva. Guys from the cemetery and tree department. Chris, come on up.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice seeing
Thank
you.
you.
Nice seeing you, boys.
On behalf of the Fall River Park Board, we present the Park Department employees with a sincere appreciation for the dedication to the department and to the citizens of Fall River during the October 27, 2021 storm, given this date to December 1st, 2021, signed by the Commissioner, Joseph De Silva, Chairman.
Thank you for all you do.
Thank you. Job well done. Job well done. See you later.
And I know Mr. Perry's not here, and some of his guys from DCM, I will be presenting this to them in the future at their location. Thank you. Thank you, gentlemen. All right, item B, request from the Federal Little League installation of batting cages at Kennedy Park, Middle Street. Just state your name.
Good evening. John Botello, 86 Woodman Street, president from Federal Little League. I have some cages that was going to be donated to the league. They're 70 feet long, 15 feet wide, and 12 feet high. Our plans are to put the cages there and then have it fenced in afterwards, something like Maplewood has. I think us taking care of our park the way we do will speak for itself, the way we will take care of this. Nothing is given to us yet. This is plans that, you know, I go in front of you guys for permission for everything we do, and that's what I'm here to seek tonight. If you need me to come in front of you guys with further plans, I can do that with something drawn up where it looks a little better than what me just telling you right now. I can do that also, maybe the January meeting.
Do you know who's going to be installing?
It'll be the league that's going to put them in. As far as the fencing, we will have that done professionally.
Unprofessionally, right? So, yeah, I would definitely want to see like some kind of diagram and everything. I'm not sure about the other commissioners, like diagram, whereabouts and everything that, abouts in the area of the
Right.
park and that you want to use.
It's going to be attached to our Little League field on
And
the
then we'll make sure that we have Ronnie, Mancy, and Mr. Perry there.
Right.
To make sure we look at the area and everything.
Okay.
Okay?
All right, while I'm here too,
I got one question.
Sorry, Commissioner Sodi.
What's the dimensions again, 70, 15 by, you know, what the height?
12 feet high, Jeff. Probably be higher after this fencing around it.
Are you?
Commissioner, you have anything to say? Okay.
Also,
Go ahead.
but before Mr. Perry took over, I came in front of this board. It was Ken Pacheco, who was DCM director. And our league was, he told all leagues, not just mine, that we would have one more round of them coming to the park to repoint our lights, and any bulbs that were out would be replaced. This now, I mean, if we use the lights now, it becomes a hazard to the kids. I mean, you can't track a fly ball in the outfield anymore. We do have leagues that come down and play, and they enjoy playing under the lights. You know, I mean, I'm not here to throw anybody under the bus or to get anybody in trouble. You know, it's just something that, you know, I wanted to bring up tonight.
All right, we'll see what we can do. Take it under advisement. Commissioners, commissioners have any concerns or questions?
So you don't want the lights on when you play?
That's what we want. We want to use the lights, but the way that they are now, not pointing in the right directions, they're not really safe for us.
So you're asking for help to
Right.
point them in the right direction?
Right.
But I guess he was saying we're gonna have to talk to Mr. Perry and
Yes.
to see what's going on, because we had made that rule, I guess, when Mr. Pacheco was here, that once the Amoresco, it wouldn't be
Yeah.
done again, and I guess it was done at another park recently, so
Yes.
now
Yeah.
they're asking. So we have to take it under advisement. Commissioner Silva, you have anything?
No.
All right.
Right.
Anything else?
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
just, if you want to get that stuff
Yeah,
ready.
we'll have something drawn out where it looks
January
better on
meeting.
paper, and I'll
Yeah.
have it for January.
Okay. not a
Thank you.
problem. Thank you. All right. Item C, letters of concerns for the dog park locus in Quikasham Street. I put this on, had Nancy put this on the agenda because we've been getting a lot of different concerns, complaints. I know Commissioner Sylvia, with his other job, had some calls from being a dispatcher with concerns of somebody there that sent a letter in, citizen input last time. I've been by there a few times. I know I had Mr. Costa go by and remove items that do not belong to the park department that someone plastic lawn furniture there for them to sit in the dog park, and some of them were jagged and broken pieces, and that, which are not there. That's a lawsuit waiting to happen. I know I talked to Mr. Perry, and that in the future, what we're gonna end up doing is the benches that are getting replaced at Columbus Park. I had talked to Mr. Perry about it. The good ones that are in good shape from Columbus are gonna get relocated up to the dog park, so they can have better more seating there once the work starts at Columbus with the new refurbished, new installation of benches that community development's paying for. But there's, I know some of the concerns are that we have had is the way people's behavior with their dogs. Other people are complaining that it's outsiders or is it people that are local that are complaining there's cigarette butts all over the place, and there's a lot of concerns. You guys all have your packets and everything. I know there's the middle section that divides, the fence is all lifting up. So I talked to Mr. Perry about seeing if either we could put some wood, or he was talking about maybe putting a cable wire that it doesn't lift up. But I think we're gonna have to check out that fence, because that fence is already bent up. I think you have to put that wire is once the fence is installed. When it's straight, once it's bent like that, I don't think you can do anything with it. So that way it divides it to pay on. But I told Mr. Smith too is maybe check to see if the signs and rules and regulations of proper. You can't blame the dogs. You have to blame the people that the dog owners and that need to pick up after themselves, pick up their cigarette butts, watch their dogs attacking someone else's dog or a friendly dog, and that, you know, it's called being responsible. So that's the only concerns I had. I don't know what you guys want to do, if we just want to put a punch list together and see what they can do up there, but.
That center fence needs more than a cable.
Okay.
That center fence needs like you would have at the bottom of Kennedy Park where the kids sled with the benches, the 2x10. Because what happens, even with that cable, the dogs want to dig under it.
Yep.
And when they want to dig under it, they're going from one side to the other.
Yep.
And people are putting stones there, pieces of wood, they're putting everything there.
Yep.
I personally think that you're gonna need to put a strip, replace that fence, put a strip of concrete, because the dogs are not gonna wanna run on that concrete. They're running dog to dog, big dog to little dog. So you're gonna have to tear that fence out, you're gonna have to put a strip of at least maybe 2 foot of concrete where the dogs are not gonna run, and then that fence will not curl, because they're digging under the fence, and they won't dig there, and you'll be able to maintain that straight line. What I can do is I can speak with John.
Yep.
We can put together a punch list that's going to probably cost, you know, a decent amount of money, but maybe we can get it through CDA. I think that neighborhood is income eligible. So that's a work in progress. Like we said, this is letting the board know that these are the situations we have. The dogs are not smoking, and the dogs are not bringing chairs. That's the humans.
Yes.
And there's not much we're gonna be able to do about that, because I'm sure the police department, they tell us that they call the police department, so I'm sure the police department is being notified for that. We can't, you know, we're not gonna be able to go there and maintain disputes, so to speak.
And that's
But
why,
what we have to do is recycle those benches from Columbus, that's gonna work.
Yep.
And I think maybe pricing out that center stripping of fence. We also have a lot of times problems with the gates, because they don't wanna separate their dog, they keep that gate open, they force it open with something else and hold the locks open, so I think we're gonna have to just revisit that
Yep.
entire park at one point, but the board has that information with them. I can sit with John and see what we can come up with our improvements.
and I know there was one new letter that came in, if you guys will see, there was a resident from the Volley Street area that, I guess, to stay away from everybody, she goes down to the lower park, that's not considered dog park, and wanted to see if we could put a bench in there. I wouldn't recommend that. It's not fenced in properly, it's wide open, dogs can run out into the street and that. Not only that, you start doing improvements down there, what's gonna take that she's not gonna have that peace and tranquility just by herself. Now the rest of them are gonna come down there. We're not just gonna keep adding dog park, more space to the dog park. I think there's more than efficient. It's just, people can need to be held accountable and be responsible with their pets.
I mean, like everything else, it comes down to money and, you know, maintenance and manpower
Yep.
and materials and, as far as complaints to the police department, the complaints weren't about the dog park condition. The complaint was the party was threatened by another person.
Yep.
Person was from another city that was threatened. And, you know, again, like you said, the problem is the people, not the dogs. You know, people are threatening each other, and because one dog wants to play with the other one, and one's big, one's small. You know, it's not a thing that this board, I don't want to say should be concerned with, but, you know, we should be concerned with our parks, whether they're dog parks or people parks, but, you know, the condition of them, dogs dig holes, things happen.
Right, but they're leaving the holes. What they should do is when their dog is done digging the hole,
Yep.
take their foot and fill the hole.
Oh,
They
I
just
agree.
leave the hole and go. So then that person sees that, and it leads to the broken window syndrome. This one didn't fill their hole, this one didn't fill their hole. So it's unfortunate that we're even having this kind of discussion, because it was put there
Yep.
to be something good. And unfortunately, we're having a lot of concerns. But I think, like I
agree
said,
with you,
I think-
but again, people don't do what they're supposed to do. People let their dogs run in other parks in baseball fields
Yep.
where it's posted that this is not a dog park, it's a baseball field.
Yep.
Kids play on it, and they don't pick up after the dog, so obviously, it's not a dog problem. But, you know, I agree, you know, some maintenance, maybe some funds, where they're gonna come from. I think this board, along with Mr. Perry and Ms. Smith, should, you know, has to try and figure this out.
Like I said, going back to exactly what you said, I remember when the dog park was put in, it was mostly put in to do that dogs are not allowed in the city parks. It's posted everywhere, and especially not allowed in the cemetery. I worked at the cemetery, and I remember this in back in the old, they're defacing graves, and people are just walking it and letting them. I said, you know how many times I had to go home to change clothes? From cutting, were you whacking and everything? It's not allowed, but like I said, it's not the dog's fault. It's the owner of the dog, be responsible.
So, again, it's a public park,
Yep.
and, you know, it's for the public to use.
Yep.
But the original complaint was from a party that doesn't pay tax in the city, doesn't even live in the city.
Yep.
I don't know if New Bedford has a dog park or not. For whatever reason, she came to forward with her dog.
It's just not just New Bedford. There's been, you know, I've heard it on local radio, former select people from town next right across the river, telling their residents to come over to our dog park because they don't want to put a dog park in. Well, we're not going to be responsible for everybody else.
That's unfortunate.
So do we want to just place the information on file?
Yes, place it on file and see what you guys can do.
Motion
about
to
that.
place on file.
Okay, Commissioner Sylvia made the motion to place on file.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Rego. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Can I ask a question? Did we take any motion on the batting cages for him to resubmit?
Oh, I'm sorry, let's
Take a vote.
go back to that, thank you. Item C, can I have a motion to place, for item C to come back with a drawing and concept and
I make the
everything?
motion.
Item B, you mean.
Item B, I'm sorry,
Yeah, I make the
Which is
motion.
the batting cages?
yes, the
The
batting
batting
cages.
cages, yes.
And he can address the other issue with Mr. Perry, but
Yep.
we just need a vote on that.
Item B, can I have a motion?
So we have Helen do the motion?
I did it, I made the motion.
Commissioner Reed made the motion, Commissioner Sylvia, second.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank
All
you.
right. Welcome, Commissioner Farris.
Thank you. Sorry I'm late.
That's okay. All right. Item D, Former National Baseball League Certificate of Solicitation and Permits Correspondence I know you all received correspondence paperwork, and then we received something earlier today. I'm making can I get a motion that we're just gonna place this on file for the time being, and revisit this in the future?
I'll
The
make a
motion to put
motion.
on file.
Put on file.
Okay, Commissioner Farias made the motion to place on
Second.
file. Second by Commissioner Rego. All in favor, say aye.
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 Thank you. Item E, tree removal request at 248 Frost Street, lifting tree roots. Mr. Parado? Hello, everyone.
So there is some scarring at the base of the tree where it rubs up against the curbing. That does indicate it's moved. It has survived significant windstorms. If the board agrees, I'd like to have our arborist take a look at this. She wasn't able to make it before the meeting, in between the time we got the request in this meeting, but she's coming next week. So if we can get permission to remove based off of her assessment, I think that's the best way to handle this request.
I have one question before anybody, now I know I got the email in the complaint from the individual that lives here stating, and said had a video in it, but we didn't see that video. If this is a live tree and it seems that it's deemed, if the arborist seems it's deemed that it's unsafe, it has to be removed, that, are we replacing this tree if we decide to take it down?
We have some grant funding available to do some street tree planting, and the street tree planting committee does have some available, so we can work with the homeowner about replanting in front of their home as a condition of the removal.
Yeah.
I think typically we don't put any conditions on removals if it's deemed a safety hazard.
Okay. I just don't want to start making it a precedent, because I know last month meeting, we had somebody here that, with the berries and that, and we're taking down live trees, and we said we'll replace them with a better species of tree
Right.
that they can deal with. I just don't want to start making a precedence that we're taking down live trees everywhere.
Right.
Just because someone doesn't want a tree.
Yeah, and that's why I would like to have the arborist take a look at it. I went and took a look at it. Again, there is some scarring on the base of the tree near the curbing, but that was after that significant windstorm where we lost 100 trees, and that one remained standing, so I think we should get a professional arborist to take a look
That's
at it.
fine. Does any commissioners have any questions or concerns?
You said it moved. They moved it significant.
I don't know how significant. I mean, trees do sway in the wind. That's how they don't fall down. So
The email stated that they had a video that it was completely lifted out of the whole ground. And that,
No,
During this
according
last
to the
storm,
picture, it
that-
doesn't look that way.
it didn't.
no,
it didn't look
exactly.
that
And
way
like
when
I
went
said,
there.
we don't see a video. I'm seeing a black and white photo.
You said the arborist is coming next week?
Yeah, she's coming next week.
I make a motion that we await the arborist's
I'll second it.
recommendation.
I'll second it.
Okay,
Do we want it
commissioners,
to come back to the next meeting, or do you want it to be based on the recommendation of the arborist? It can be removed.
If the
If they deem it
arborist thinks it
unsafe.
should be removed, I believe Chris can come to the next meeting and tell us that.
You don't want it removed before the month? I'm just saying, because it'll
Oh, if
be
she
another
deems
month.
it, that it would be necessary to do that, yeah.
So I think that's how you should make, just the
I make a motion that if the arborist deems it dangerous, that it should be removed immediately,
It comes back.
we do it immediately. If not, then, Mr. Pomano can report back to this board at the next meeting.
Yeah.
do I have a second?
Second.
Commissioner Sobey, excuse me, made the motion. Commissioner Rego seconded it. All in favor, say aye.
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 Item F, request for the city to buy back a grave site lot on Red Cedar Ave, Oak Grove Cemetery, Prospect Street. Mr. Morano?
So the DeMarco family is asking to sell back their grave to us. It's a 4-grave lot that they purchased in 2009 rather, for the total of $2,500. They're relocating out of state and no longer have a need for the grave. Similar situation to the last one we did. We would refund what they've purchased, what they've paid, and then resell at our current rates.
Make a motion to buy it.
Make a motion, Commissioner Rego made the motion to buy back.
I'll second that motion.
Seconded by Commissioner Farias.
Does that
All in
come
favor,
out
say aye.
One question. Is
Oh,
that,
Commissioner, I'm sorry. Commissioner Sylvia.
the cost to buy it back, is that money available in your budget?
The last grave we purchased back, we took from the sale of lot fund. So it doesn't impact our operation budget. And then when we go to sell the lot again, that money would be replenished through the new sale.
Okay, I have no problem with that.
Okay. Commissioner Rego made the motion, Commissioner Farias seconded it. All in favor, say aye.
Thank you.
Okay, item G, open meeting law complaint from Patrick Higgins dated November 3rd, 2021. Not listing enough specific, yes.
Specific.
Thank you. Tongue-tied. On the posted agenda item. Do I have a motion to place on, to send to Corporation Council?
Make a motion.
Place on file.
To send to Corporation Council.
Send it to Corporation Council.
All right, second it.
Okay, Commissioner Farias made the motion, sent to Corporation Council, seconded by Commissioner Rego. All in favor, say aye.
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 Item H, open meeting law complaint from Patrick Higgins dated November 30th.
Make a motion, send it up
Oh,
to,
let me read the whole thing first, please. November 30th, board not addressing a previous open meeting law complaint dated November 3rd, 2021, within the 14 business days deadline of November 22nd, 2021. Do I have a motion to send to Corporation Council?
make a motion, send it to Corporation
Second.
Council.
Second by, motion made by Commissioner Farias to send to Corporation, seconded by Commissioner Rego. All in favor, say aye.
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 This guy don't even live in the city.
Yeah, we're not gonna bring that up.
Okay.
All right, commission inquiries, Mr. Pirano. Nothing bad. I know, recently, our last meeting that we voted to, send to, the ordinance committee, the, new rates for the cemetery in the future. I know I watched the ordinance committee, they were all in favor of it. How did it do last night at the council meeting?
I didn't watch the council meeting
Okay,
last
do we
night, so
know
I'm not
if it
sure.
passed or not?
I know it
It has
was
to go through a couple
it
of
was-
Oh, it has to
readings.
go, I think it
I
went
think it has to
scheduled
go
for
through
first
three
reading.
readings. Okay,
It has to
okay.
go through
Alright.
three.
I think it went through one last night, to be
Okay.
honest with you.
All right. All right, that's that.
Saved you, Chris.
Any other commissioner inquiries? Yep, I know. I want to talk about that. Any other commissioner inquiries?
No?
Okay, so one thing I want to say is, everybody don't forget this Saturday, kicking off at Kennedy Park, 1 o'clock. It's the 37th Annual Holiday Children's Parade, put on by Greater Fall Rural Recreation. Wish everybody out there have a good time and enjoy yourselves, since everybody's been cooped up for the last year and a half. The other thing, to the staff that's here and everybody and fellow commissioners in it, I want to wish everyone a happy holidays, safe holidays season with your families and that, and also to the citizens of Fall River, happy holidays and happy New Year.
Thank you.
Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn. Second.
Second, Commissioner Arrigo made the motion to adjourn, seconded by Commissioner Sylvia. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.